out that you hit world team, so let's give it up for that.
Hip hip.
There you go.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you.
Yay.
Awesome. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I'm building a team, and it's time, but surely enough, I'm building a team, and it's up to me, and it's like, wow, you know, I'm shocked. I mean, even in the gym, like dudes who bench like 3 times what I bench, and they're coming to me asking me questions. I'm like, holy shit.
That's amazing. Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get started with the call, you guys. Today's topic is guest, like supporting a new guest. And so for today, what I'm gonna ask you guys is to put yourself in like a new person's shoes, and or think about like how you felt when you first came down to your first event, and like what is something that meant a lot to you, like your first time, like how things went, or what is something that you wish would have happened if it wasn't perfect. So like for example, for me, when I think of a new guest, like I think about myself and how I felt when I first went down to the beach and went to Fit Club. And when I say Fit Club, like I don't mean like you have to have like a fit club, but anytime you're with like your team and you invite someone with you guys, like how that person might feel. So like Anthony, you can think about like how someone might feel if they were new, like put yourself in their shoes. So for me, when I went to the beach, what I really appreciated was that the person that invited me, they introduced me to people, but they didn't like hang all over me, and they kind of let me like meet like tons of people. So my very first experience was like all of his teammates like giving me a ride to the club because I didn't know where it was, like hanging out with me, taking pictures with me, just like really making me feel welcome. And that was a really positive experience for my first time. So just want to open it up to the rest of you guys. Like if you put yourself in a new person's shoes, like what would you want to feel, or what would you want to see, or anything you can think of like that. Lauren, you want to start?
Yeah. So my first, I guess I'll do a dual one. So my first one was a Saturday like HOM quick start, which we don't do anymore. But and when I came down, I walked up to the West LA Club, and Mark and Jerry were the greeters, because that's usually who was greeting. And they, like, everyone was outside. They were so excited. Like, you can hear the, music, whatever. So it was good, because West LA sometimes really hard to find. And a lot of people, like, turn around and leave because they don't think that it's right, because it's, like, this weird building that's, like, set back in the alley. So I'm, like, really glad that that's how it worked out for me, is that everyone was there. So at least I knew I was in the right place. And then I got welcomed, and then a person, a runner, took me all the way upstairs to where the meeting was. So I'm glad that someone, was there, not just saying like, oh yeah, head upstairs, we'll be there in a minute. They were actually taking me up. And so we do that as well. And I'm really glad about that. But then after the event, the person who I came to see had like, I don't know, I feel like 10 other brand new guests that day. And so the end of the meeting was like a group, like, so what'd you think? Are you ready to go? And it didn't feel personal at all. And so that's something that, not that I want to only invite one person at a time, but just really making that like individual, like one-on-one connection, like, do you have any questions? How's it going? Like, even if that means, like Erica's saying, like, I kind of have them speak to someone else, just like get to know them while I'm talking to someone more personally, and then I switch. And then when I came to the beach, Tiffany was there. I had met her the day before, and so I saw her right away, and we did the whole workout together, and that was really awesome.
Awesome. Shucky.
Okay. So I'm sorry, what was the question? Daniela was waking up.
Just if you put yourself in like a new person's shoes, or think of your first experience at like the fit club or your first event, and as a new person, like a new guest, like what is something that you either wished like happened, or what was awesome about what happened like your first time, about like, you know, a new guest, the team like supporting you or not supporting you?
Okay, so my first event, it was a long time ago. It was actually a coach training. We used to do coach training Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays out in the motor office. And okay, at the time, I think Daniela was only 5 months. So I asked permission if I can go to trainings with my daughter and the little baby carrier. And they received me like with open arms and took me, like I got there because I didn't know where I was going first. And it was kind of scary going, I don't know if you guys been to the motor office before. It's kind of scary with the bridge. So I'm walking down under the bridge with the little baby and a little homeless guy on the left. So it was a little scary. I went and opened up, I think it was either Laura or Tamara, the ones that greeted me, and Heather was there, and Jake was there, and Jerry was there also, and Mark got there a little bit after. Heather walked me up. I sat down, and so our training was basically, it was just a circle, and Laura was doing the training on how to be a coach and beginner steps and core products. Everybody was super welcoming. We all got to know each other. So we just, I can't really say something that I wish would have happened because it was so different than what it is now. But one of the things I did enjoy was the fact that everybody got to know each other. Everybody got to speak and say what was on their mind and how they felt at that very moment of what was going on. So I don't know how that would tie in right now. Like I really enjoyed my first event, which was that. And that's what kept me coming around. So I don't know if that helps any.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's basically like what you would want. What would you do for a new person? But instead of like, you know, like the question from last week, it's more like, if you were a new person, what is something you would look for?
Yeah. So the thing I liked is I not at one second I felt like anything was pushed on me. You know, like you need to be this and you need to get this and you need to this. It was more of getting to know each other, where we're at, what's working for us, what we want kind of thing. And I to implement that into a new coach or a new client is awesome. Just getting to know the person, not pushing nothing on them.
Awesome. Cool, Shucky.
Thanks.
Anthony or Justin, you guys want to go?
Yeah, are we just supposed to, I'm kind of lost on, we just talk about our first experience?
No, because the topic for today is supporting a new guest. So I'm asking, if you put yourself in a new guest's shoes, what is something that you would look for, like to have a positive experience as your first time? But you can reflect on your first time if you want, if you had a really positive experience.
Yeah. I mean, what sold me on the environment? I mean, I sold Jerry a DirecTV package inside of Best Buy, and he told me to come down to the club at some point to check out what he's got going on. And I kind of just like walked in the club, and my breath was taken away, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is going on! Like, this is dope." And then I went to a couple more events after that. I went to Aubrey's downtown LA when him and Steph got promoted to Millionaire Team, and I was like, oh wow, this is crazy. And then I went to STS, and then I was sold, and so I mean, really just bringing a guest into the environment and just letting them see firsthand. Like, don't even juice it up, don't talk it up, just bring them to the club and let them form their own opinion about the community. So that'd probably be the one tip I'd say about, following up with a new guest.
Cool.
No wonder Jerry was bragging about his DirecTV package the other day. Now I know where from.
Yeah. Anthony, have any good tips for us?
I'm kind of confused by what I'm actually supposed to be talking about.
How would you support a new guest? But I was asking it in a way of like imagine you are the new guest, and what is something that you'd look for to be supported in the new environment?
Well, it's hard to imagine because I know what
Anthony,
Yeah.
Anthony, when I started, there was no fit clubs or no nothing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I was invited to a training.
Okay. So, I mean, okay, it's like knowing the answer to a question, but being told to pretend like you don't know the answer. I don't know what to say.
You're thinking of how you would like to be supported, like as a new person, what was something that, like when you were new, what was something that really like jumped out at you, like, wow, this is amazing, like I love the support here, like what was it that did that for you?
Okay, well, my first STS was actually on my birthday. I called off work last year, and I went by myself. I didn't have anybody to go with me. I just said, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to do it. I'm going to see what it's all about. And, there's a bit of intimidation when you go into a place by yourself, especially when you hear a lot of people shouting and, you see a bunch of people grouped together with their friends and family. And it's just like, okay, I'm just going to sit in the back in the corner. And Alejandra, this lady is a president's team, and she came over. She greeted me, and she helped me find a seat, and she was very polite and just, I don't, very inviting, very inviting. And now every time I go to the events and I see her, it's just like, it's like a pleasant joy to see her again, and she remembers me, so it's pretty cool. I mean, I guess it was a warm welcome, all the shouting and all the noise. I don't know. It was a bit intimidating, and I didn't know what to expect. But I mean, I didn't want to get it from my seat either because I was by myself. But I mean, I felt a little bit at ease because she had welcomed me and gave me a seat. Does that help?
Yes, that's awesome.
Okay.
All right, guys, does anyone else have anything to share or any tips for how to support a new guest that they want to share? We have a couple minutes left.
Don't ever give up on them if they don't come around right after, because I didn't come around until a while after my first event. Not because I didn't enjoy it, not because it wasn't a positive environment, but just because I wasn't ready at that time. So because Susan wasn't going to leave my life anyway because she bike rides with my husband, but she still didn't give up on me, and I'm thankful for that. So just don't give up on anybody.
Good tip. Anything else? Lauren, do you have anything?
Nope.
All right.
You got the
Cool.
challenge?
So let's homework challenge, whatever you want to call it. Pretty much
Anthony.
ask another teammate outside of our group about their first experience and what made them want to come back.
Cool. Anthony,
Sound good?
anything to say?
Yeah, I have to work tomorrow. I had asked for tomorrow off. I doubt they gave it to me because of the whole snowstorm. So if I'm not on a call, it's because I'm working.
Well, actually, on that note, I heard Jerry say that we didn't have to have a Thursday call because we have chips.
Oh, really?
So I may have heard wrong, but I'm going to take it for this week and see what happens. But I did hear that. So he's not doing it with his team. So,
Okay.
so if you guys are okay with this being our last call, we'll see each other on the chips call tomorrow. I mean, the chips meeting tomorrow. Everybody
Cool.
good?
Yeah.
And then post the challenge on the thread, you guys.
Yeah.
it to me for those of you that don't have group text.
Okay.
Cool. Justin, you there? You good?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Have
Tomorrow night, not tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow night.
next tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Bye, guys.
Okay, bye.